podcast that may be the Prince of the Universe. Hi, folks. I'm Matt.
I'm Bruce.
I'm Brody.
Oh,
It's nice to have you here. How's your Coke
do it
Zero?
without you.
It's the new taste. It's more delicious. It says now more. I think it is more delicious. I'll be honest. I think Coke Zero, the new flavor, is more delicious.
Yeah, it's Coke Zero.
That's good, Shasta.
You're a Diet Coke guy.
Yeah, I am.
You have no
Original Diet
Do
Coke.
you, okay, he's gonna lie. Do you know why he got Diet Coke a long time ago, back in college? Because he knew that Roger and I wasn't gonna drink it.
That's a lie. Not true.
It's true. It's true because Roger and I, if he got anything else, Roger and I would drink it. But he knew Diet Coke. It's like vampires and garlic.
I went on a diet for a summer, 0 sugar, and I forced myself to drink Diet Coke. And I was so looking forward to getting off the diet and going to drink regular Coke. But once I drank regular Coke, it tasted disgusting. I couldn't go back.
I'll be honest. Coke hurts. The regular Coke hurts. I don't like it. I don't like the taste of it. Pepsi's a little too sweet, but I'll drink it. RC's perfect. It's like the perfect balance of carbonation and sweetness. But I'm drinking the Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar because Megan wants, even though she's supposed to be on no sugar right now, she gets regular Dr. Peppers now. Because I got it. Can they have zero sugar? Good. She drank one and went, doesn't taste. It tastes just like Dr. Pepper. There's really no difference.
Just pour it, just make a taste test. Cover up the bottom.
But she drank it once, and nope, it's no fun unless it has tons of sugar, and she gets in trouble with her doctor. So there you have it. Anyway, we stopped 10 minutes into the finale of the Squid Game because there's a lot to unpack here, and it was not going to happen. This is going to be a 30-minute episode on just the final, because the finale is what really just kind of blows things out of the water.
Yeah.
Before this, and you can disagree here, but I think the Marbles episode was the best.
That was fantastic.
Was that the best one?
Heartstring pull.
Before the finale, Brody.
It was just sad.
It was sad, but I mean, just like a good episode. Was there a better one?
What was your favorite episode?
Besides the finale, I think the finale's got to be the best one.
I like the glass one.
Better than the Marbles.
I like the glass.
That's fair. That's
I
fair.
liked the game. It was a good game.
No, it's a good game. It's a good game.
Attention.
No. So the Squid Game is over in the first 10 minutes. I was like, what is going on? Because it seems like it's going to be an epic showdown, everything we come. And then it's like, wait a minute. We're 10 minutes in. Because I checked the time. I was like, what are they going to do for 40 minutes? Everything. First off, he gets banded. He gets taped up. The Squid Game's officially over. He gets taken away, blindfolded in a limo.
Right, with the Darth Vader guy.
With the Darth Vader guy who's unmasked, but that's because the other guy has a blindfold. When he gets knocked unconscious, he gets dumped out on the street.
They had a little conversation. It's like, well, why'd you do this? And, remember at the beginning, you were betting on horses, and you were
right.
On horses.
Yeah, you were betting. Why do you bet on horses? You could lose everything. So they dump him. This is so cool. Even though it doesn't make zero sense, they stuff the credit card in his mouth, and he spits it out like he doesn't know what it's doing in there. He goes up to the ATM, and sure enough, all 43 something million is in there. And what does he do? He takes out like $1, $10 or something, whatever. He takes out like a fraction of it.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't know at first. He asked for $10.
His number. And
he puts in his PIN number.
Which is his number from the house.
Yeah. He puts in $10. He asked for $10 to see if he can get it. He does. And the balance is over $43 million. So he's won.
No, 60 something billion. Yeah.
Oh, whatever. 60 something billion. Well, billion yen. Yeah. So anyway, he's won now. He's won. And, he should be happy, but he's just like emotionally drained now. And, oh, by the way, I love it when, because we didn't mention this, but there's a glass floor at the very beginning with all the pictures of the people. And as they die, their glass picture goes dark. And at the very end, there's the guy, and the financial guy, and the lovable idiot. And the lovable idiot has a smile from the very beginning. Yeah. And it really ties the episodes together. He
doesn't have a smile anymore.
No, that he doesn't smile anymore. And you're like, wow. Because it's only 9 episodes from the first episode to this, or what you want to say, 7 episodes in between. You're like, oh, I remember the good old days when he was smiling with everyone else, And I thought, are they going to bring him into the room empty, and have him sleep the night in there, the huge auditorium? But no, they take him back. He gets champagne or whatnot, gets knocked out, finds the money, and he's just kind of emotionally drained. Goes, the fish lady sees him. He's just kind of wandering the street, gives him some fish for his mother. Say, hey, you need to check on your mother. I haven't seen her around a couple of days, and I'm sorry I just haven't been too busy to check on her, but check on her because I'm worried about her. She's been sick. And we already knew that from the first time he goes back.
Have you heard anything from her son?
Yeah, have you heard anything from her son? And he really, And so he gives her the $10 that he has. She says, "Oh no, you keep it. You keep it. Keep the fish for your mother. Your mother's not feeling well."
No, because and also remember the girl, the thief. She told him her story and asked
Yes.
him, if you win this, go
Take
find
care of my
brother.
brother.
She
Yeah.
was from North Korea. She had escaped with her brother. Her parents
Right.
were still trapped in North Korea. It's like, can you help me?
Right. And by the way, that's also the story that she tells the two girls. That's why the marble one is so
Yeah.
good to me, because she finds out that that girl finds out that you have a brother. Oh, my family's gone. You have something to live for. Kind of realizes that and
And right before the financial guy dies, he's like, take care of my mom.
yeah, it says take care of my mom. So he's got all these people, but he's just right at this point he's just stunned. He gets home, he calls for his mother, and he finds her dead on the floor. It's dark in the room, and he just curls up to his mother, and the camera pans away out, skyward. Really good scene.
I don't know if we covered it or not, but one of the reasons he wanted to go back was because his mom had a major medical bill.
Well, he told everyone during the games what he was going to do with the money. He was going to get his mom better and take good care of her. She wouldn't have to work again. Spoil his girl forever, and get that fish market lady her own store. She's always wonders. He talks about what he's doing with the money. So that's one of the things. But now the things he planned to do with the money don't matter now. His mom's dead. Oh, and by the way, his daughter has already moved away.
Yeah.
So he even missed the opportunity to see his daughter go. And he didn't, at the time, I mean, she's gone to America. So now it's like he has nothing to live for. Flash forward a year later.
And he's growing out his beard,
He's growing a beard, his hair. He looks like a homeless man on a subway station. And he gets a call. No, he gets picked up right in a car and taken to the bank. A bank representative takes him and is like, "Mr. So-and-so, we've been looking for you. You may open up an account with us like a year ago, and you haven't touched the money. It's just sitting in the checking account. Can we do some investments? Maybe that." So you're basically being told he never spent the money.
Never did anything.
He never spent the money, and he's just totally ruined his life. Everything is ruined now. He thought money would make him happy at the beginning, and money, it's not worth watching his best friend die, watching all the horror he's seen, the old man dying haunted him, everything like that.
He betrayed the old man.
Yeah, he betrayed him.
So he had that weight going with him.
And he has tons of weight. Lady gives him a flower on a beach, and the flower has a Squid Game card. It's like, what? But it says something different. And this is where I had to turn on subtitles. It says, December 24th, 11 p.m. And he gives him an address. He's like, okay, I don't know what this is. So he decides to go. And what he sees there shocked even me. It's the old man. And he's on his deathbed right now. He's on a medical bed, barely breathing. And he's like, what is going on? He goes, hey, old friend. And he says, how come you never spent the money? You won it. You earned it. And then suddenly you realize, holy cow, the old man is the person who is in charge of the game. He's the host. And they even show a flashback now of him putting down the pig mask and saying, he said, I'm not going to be there. He's like, what? Darth Vader goes, what? You're not going to be at the games? He went, no, because once you've played it, watching it just isn't the same. And I was like, oh my goodness, like
the thing is, it turns out, he was dying. But he wanted.
Yeah, everything he said was true. He had a son. He doesn't see that much. He lived in that village like that.
That was his old house.
Yeah, that was his old house, model.
But he was dying, and he kind of wanted to feel alive. That's why he went into the game.
Yeah. Now, why he's telling him all this? He says, let's play one more game. My fortune to your fortune. On if there's a homeless man who's drunk and he's kind of passed out, it's snowing. He goes, do you think anyone will help him? He said, yeah, I think so. He's like, okay, my fortune, how much you willing to bet? He said, everything. He's like, okay. And so, double or nothing, all his riches, and to see if anyone helps him. And they're watching, and it has to happen before midnight. Someone has to help him. People are just walking by. Every once in a while, they're panning to the bomb down on the street corner. People are walking by him. No one's helping him. And the old man's telling him all this. I found I was going to die. He said, you and I have a lot in common. You have nothing. I have everything. But what we have in common is we weren't living our life. He said, and I felt like I finally had to live my life. He said, so I wanted to enter the games. I thought I was going to die anyway. And he goes, well, was it real? He said, oh, yeah, if I would have lost, I would have died, But, some of those things. He said, but, it was the best time I ever had. And we used to play all these games as kids, which now it's like, that's how he knew tug of war was good. He knew how to play all these games. You're like, oh, everything's starting to make sense. Well, then someone looks up to help. He's like, look, that lady, she's helping the bum. No, she's robbing him and going off. That was great. So he goes, see, I told you, mankind doesn't help each other. He said, that's why I was so confused that you did. You tried to help people and everything. And why, just basically trying to why don't you spend the money. He's trying to say something else at the end, but he's trying to get the words out. The old man's dying. And so right before the stroke of midnight, the police pull up and help the old bum into their car. And then after that turns midnight. He's like, see? He's like, someone helped him. I told you someone helped him. But then the old man's dead. He went, I know you saw it. You lose, and walks away. Now he thinks that's okay because I wasn't going to get that money anyway. But what we don't know is Darth Vader was in the other room listening in. And so now they don't tell you this, but here's what I am assuming. I'm assuming he got double the riches. I'm assuming that Darth Vader heard the bet and said, I got to follow through with that. So now he's one of the rich. It seems like to me, because his life has kind of changed now, he's one of the richest men in Korea.
He goes, gets himself cleaned up.
He's like the old man now. He's super rich.
He goes and finds the thief's brother,
gives him to the fish lady.
The fish lady gives her everything she needs.
And what she thinks is his clothes
bunch of money.
Is millions of dollars because it sounds like he's got the old man's fortune now. Yeah. And through a fair bet. Because he doesn't steal anything. I love when he's getting his haircut. What do you want? He's looking at all the female pictures, and he picks the female with the red hair, and he comes out with red bobbed hair like the girl. I thought that was hilarious. I don't know if that was supposed to be, if they were really thinking that was cool or something, or he's just still a lovable idiot.
It means something in Korea. I don't know.
But I was like, okay. And he's getting a ticket to go see his daughter. Like now, he's just going to move on because the man who was in charge of the Squid Games is gone. He's dead. So everything's over. His chapter in South Korea is done. He's going to live. It's kind of implied he's going to move to America and be with his daughter. And that's to take his riches and blow this place. He kept his promise to the thief, and now he's just going to go live with his daughter forever. While he's in the subway station to get a subway thing to the airport, he looks on the other side of the tracks. And there is a man getting the crap slapped out of him by the guy that recruited him. They're playing Pogs again or whatnot. And he looks at him, and the gentleman who's the recruiter kind of looks at him and kind of bows and smiles. Well, then that's when the subway train goes through. Well, very quickly, and I think, was this one shot of him running up the stairwell, running across the tunnel, and then running back down the steps? Was that all one shot?
As far as I can remember, yeah.
I want to say it was. Because, he just bullies up the steps, runs across the way, shoots down the steps. And when he finally gets to the subway, there's the recruiter. The doors have closed. And he waves at him, nods his head, waves and goes off. And then the man who has the card is walking away, with his $100. He takes the card from him.
Don't do it. Not worth it.
And so he decides to call, and he finds that Squid's like, what are you doing? The Squid Game should be over. He's like, my name is something. My birthday's this. What are you doing? Squid Games. And there's this big, long pause. They go, hello, player 456. And you're like, oh! This is freaky. They know, because we should also mention that the cop finds out that this game has been going on since 1989.
A while, yeah.
Yeah, and they've listed all the winners. So there's been multiple winners. So they keep files on everyone who's played before. Now, of course, he can't play again because he's won. He's already, maybe he has an upper hand. I don't know. But either way, it sounds like the game. They said these games are not for you.
Yeah.
And goodbye. He said he said no, you can't. The old man's dead. He went. The old man was just this past year. You mean last year's host? And you're thinking, oh, that's right. He wasn't. He was controlling the games, but he was the host this year. And even the VIPs are saying, when I hosted the games, I never made it because I wouldn't have anything miss it because they say that. And one of the lines you're thinking, oh no. So there's like 5 or 6 hosts. So the games keep going. He was just that year's host.
This was the year it was in Korea. This might be a universal thing traveling.
It may be somewhere else next year. But the thing is, though, suddenly another layer's peeled back because we were all thinking that the old man, I was thinking the old man was in control. And I was thinking, oh no, because it says he was just the host for that year. That's clearly made out in the episode VIP. And I was like, oh. And so the games continue without him. He said, live your life and get on the plane. And that's when things get crazy. He's like, they're watching me.
Yeah, they know where
And he
I am.
pauses because he's walking down to the airline.
He's about to board the plane.
He's about to board the plane, so he freezes when he hears that and turns. They say, "Don't turn around. Get on the plane. Have a good life, 456." Because they only call you by your number.
Yeah.
And then they hang up. And he's like, and there's this great moment where he just pauses. Then he turns around, starts walking back up the ramp, go to black. Now, here's the thing that they're doing is, by the way, phenomenal.
That was a good ending.
It has its ups and downs. Because it's a Korean show, has some weird stuff, some pacing's a little off, but that's because it wasn't made for an American. Yeah, it wasn't made for American culture. But without that, I'd say it was a pretty good. That ending was worth it for me.
Yeah.
I loved it. Did you love it, Brody?
Eh.
No.
Eh.
No, I thought it was fantastic.
And we were watching. Annabelle was watching with us here. He was just yelling, "Get on the plane! Get on the plane!"
I know. You know, and I was thinking, wow, what a great way to end it. Because at this point, you had told me no season 2, because it was true. It was true.
After
That's fine.
Hours after telling.
But here's the thing: there shouldn't be a season 2.
No, it was
because. Here's the reason why. Just kind of like Spartacus in a way. Once Spartacus left the arena, it just never was the same. Now that they've played the games, they may showcase a few games, but it's not going to be focused on the games for the second season. It's going to be focused on bringing down the VIPs. And it's going to be focused on the back, because you got to do that. But the games are what made it fun.
Yeah.
And the players, that's what made. But you can't do the same thing for season 2.
No.
So they're going to do a little bit of that. Like Spartacus did, season 2 did a little bit of the gladiator stuff, but mainly it's from the Romans' point of view this time, and not the gladiators' way. And I was like, don't do this. I don't see a winnable situation for a season 2. What do you think?
I mean, it's possible, but it's definitely a harder path to pull off. Maybe.
So what do you think? I mean, obviously, what's going to happen so they are doing a season 2. When's it coming out? Do you know anything about that?
No idea.
Okay, so obviously he's going to try to take him down. Maybe he goes in disguise, he captures and kills a host or whatever, and is a host this whole time.
Maybe he becomes a host. Maybe he does have this fast forward.
I'm sorry, not a host, a VIP. He gets one of the gold helmets.
I would assume that he's going to infiltrate that side. But
now the policeman is still alive, because he just gets when he gets shot off the cliff. Well, no, because he fishes him out. Remember,
that's right.
And they talk. So he's alive, but he knows his brother is dead to him or whatnot, because this is the games he runs now. But you could explore that relationship more, because there could be more left of that.
Well, I'm sure there is.
I'm sure there is too.
Otherwise, there was no reason to make him that character his brother.
I don't know of anything that could make it more interesting and more entertaining than season 1. Season 1 had all the mystery to it, which I felt like they unraveled. And I mean, true, you could go deeper into the games and show new children's games they're playing. But the thing is, though, I think it would destroy the magic. I really am disappointed they're doing a season 2. I don't know. Hold on. Brody, season 2, yay or nay?
How is he going to take it down single-handedly? That's my question.
With money.
Well, he's got money. He doesn't have friends. You're right about that, because they all kind of died. The police cop could be his partner, help him out.
That's just 2 people against an army.
But then the old man really was charming in the whole season.
Yeah.
Even before you knew he was the villain. Because, I mean, once it was over, I stood up, I walked in the room, I said, because Megan saw me watching Squid. She went, "Why are you watching this?" I went, "Do you know anything about this?" And she went, "I know they're playing like children's games and it's life or death, but that's all." I was like, because it was big 4 months ago. And I was like, this is really interesting. But then at the end, I was like, okay, I'm sorry, I have to tell you this, and it's going to take a while. And she was like, okay. And like 30 minutes later, she regretted saying okay, because you have to tell her to have the ending pay off. I had to tell her what was going on with it. I was like, I said, what a great story that they came up with and everything. And the music, the singing, the high pitched choir singing, that was cool, huh?
And one thing also, did you notice that the big giant doll from the Red Light Green Light, she was in the background whenever in that room?
Yeah, no, they were back outside in the arena for the last game, and she's shut down, but she's still there.
That's one thing. I was just having that detail made it feel more of a lived world.
And I love, because you're right, because the auditorium, I feel, I'm not sure, but I feel like Tug of War and Glass happen in the same room because it's a huge drop.
Yeah.
So those probably happen in the same room, and probably the same type of brick. They put
Same
firm
platform.
thing and then put platforms. Yeah, so that makes sense. They reuse that. It's not just like we were trying to save money. No, it was like we want to make sure this place is as realistic as it can be because the playground is only used for the cookies. I think. No, the playground is redone as the village later on. So they do redo that room. And then, of course, they go back outside in the arena for the final Squid Game. But you can tell it's still the same arena because you can't move the big robot. It makes sense. You keep it there. You shut it down. It's in the background. They don't even draw attention to it. It's just in the background to say this is the same play. And it's not supposed to be like when we first started red light, green light. Now you find yourself back in the ring. They don't say that. They just say, here's the next game. And Squid Game is on the same dirt that red light, green light was, but it's a smaller field because it's a smaller game. But it's within the same arena. That was a really nice touch.
It just makes it feel more like a
realistic place. And that the police would laugh about it, that makes sense too.
Yeah.
That people would actually really go back on a life-death situation. They told you their lives suck. So why not go for it? And the money's there. And at the time you're thinking, because they keep talking about how they're going to split it. If they get teams, they're going to see even split it. And I was thinking, no, they're obviously going to make you kill each other. Now there was one more after the marble game, the married guy wants to, before he hangs himself, he wants to everyone outvote it. But now you're at the point, and I get what they were, the look on everyone's face when they weren't going to vote.
Yeah.
It was like, dude, we're at the point of no return now. The money's so high, and we've already made it this far. No, we're not quitting this. It doesn't make any sense to quit now, and that makes sense to desperate people.
Yeah.
Desperate people, and the money is just, and they keep the money up there. Glowing. It's like a night light too. That all the money's there. So
at night it was the only light in the room.
It was the only light in the room. It was way up in the back, but it's always there to tempt you. Always. So it's believable that people would be in these games, and the people that they put in those situations.
Yeah.
That have nothing to lose. They have no friends. They have nothing, and they specifically pick these people. They study them and profile them so that they meet a certain profile, so they will come to the games. Now, are they perfect? No, because he says 4 or 6 people did not return, and he says, put a trace on them. That's all he says. We don't know what happens to them, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't need that. What's it called? I can't think of the word, but you don't need to know what happened to everyone. You don't need to know that. And
we don't even know what characters from the first game they were. I mean, they were in there.
Yeah, yeah.
They were never introduced to them.
I mean, maybe if they show how the first game, maybe if they've done this, this is kind of an easy formula. The sequel, season 2, is also a prequel of how the Squid Game started in the first place. I'm just saying something that would hold my interest. How
I would keep it in the games, but
but the games are simpler. Maybe they mess up one year and kill everyone, or they just show previous years where people haven't won, and it's showing you the evolution of the Squid Game. I'm just trying to figure out something that would make season 2 worth my while. I mean, I'm going to watch it, but I'm afraid I'm going to be disappointed.
Yeah, it definitely is a harder. I mean, they can make a good series. It's just, do they have the ability? I mean, most people have a hard time with completing this type of story. It was better with the cliffhanging. That was a good cliffhanger.
Oh, when he's walking back up.
Satisfied.
I am satisfied too.
I'm satisfied as a conclusion to the series.
It's like my brother and I said this about Stranger Things. When we saw season 1, we said, that was awesome. It's perfect. And if they were just to end it there, I'd be happy. The kid throwing up whatever, the black bile, because he's going to the underworld. That was great. But we were interested in seeing season 2. Now, totally regret it. Season 3 was a free fall from the first. Season 2 is a step down from season 1, and season 3 is just in complete free fall.
You're not waiting for season 4 with bated breath?
No one cares about season 4. It's been so long now. Did you watch Stranger Things?
I watched it with Dad when they were watching it.
You were bored? Did you walk away?
No. The big fight going on at my house right now is Annabelle and Brody. Brody is looking forward to the next season of Cobra Kai. He can't wait now.
Why? You got
Annabelle
good taste.
Can't wait for the next season of Stranger Things.
Why? So, Cobra Kai is better than Stranger Things. You're correct on that.
It's way better.
Besides season 1.
I came home and caught him watching Karate Kid 3. That's how much he likes Cobra Kai.
Yeah, because he was hopped up on cocaine. Now we know that explains everything. What great stuff. No,
Cobra Kai 3 is great. Terry Silver's in it.
see, that's why Cobra Kai is a great TV show. It makes Cobra Kai 3.
It
People
pulls
say
off the
that.
impossible.
Now, here's the thing. When I was a kid, I watched that in 1989, and I did say to all my friends, it's the best one yet. And then years later, I watched it back in college, like, oh, it's not. Oh, it's bad. But then it was charming, and so I still watched it. But I would say that when you look at Cobra Kai and you look at Stranger Things, Cobra Kai is let's rack it up. Season 1 to season 1, Stranger Things wins. I love Cobra Kai, but Stranger Things
No,
wins.
I think Cobra Kai's way funnier.
Season 2, Cobra Kai wins dominantly. Season 3, there is no competition because Stranger Things is now sucking now. Cobra Kai is awesome. And season 4, it doesn't matter what Cobra Kai does. I mean, what Stranger Things does, Cobra Kai will always win now because Stranger Things just kind of they burned out for me. It's flame. I mean, I'll watch, the 4th season.
I'm looking forward to it.
When is that coming out?
This year sometime.
Oh, really? Okay, fine. And that's the final one?
I have no idea.
The kids are like 20 now.
That
Goodness gracious.
is becoming a problem.
Yeah, I mean, that's the dragging their feet on trying to get that done.
The trailers are out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was out that I was surprised? Halo.
Hey, I saw that. We watched that trailer today.
I just saw it today. I didn't even know it was coming out.
It looks good.
I mean, I'll watch it. At first, I was like, this is a new video game? I went,
It's a series.
why are they showing live
It's a TV
action?
series.
Well, it was on mute. The TV was on mute today. And I was at my brother-in-law's house. I was like, wait a minute. And I looked at him. I was like, are they doing a Halo? Because he's a video game. He's like, yeah, man. But it's on like
Paramount
Plus.
I would say this. I mean, the budget looks.
I'll watch it. No, I'll watch it.
I
But
can't imagine they're wasting
wow.
it on Paramount
how
Plus.
much money would you have made 10 years ago making this? It's like now you want to make it? I mean, what else is being out there that I'm
It's
missing?
being released on Paramount Plus. Nobody has that. Nobody.
Yeah, I know. Stupid.
It's like the lowest of all. I mean,
No. There's Apple. Thank goodness for Apple Plus, or else Paramount Plus would be suck. Paramount Plus is barely better than Apple Plus. But you're right. Yeah, not that good. Now let me ask you this though: are there any other shows that I am here, bro? You're hip with the culture. Besides Halo, what else do I not know?
All of SpongeBob's on it.
Okay, that's
Every
not.
episode.
It's not really flipping my skirt. What about Moon Knight? When's he coming out?
March.
Everything comes out in March. Okay, so March is Moon Knight. So I really got nothing to look for but Peacemaker.
Well, Apple TV did announce they are doing the Godzilla MonsterVerse TV series.
Oh my gosh.
So we were getting Kong and Zilla on the small screen on Apple Plus.
Okay.
I don't know many more details than that.
Halo is a surprise thing that I'll watch. Squid Game 2, I guess. Stranger Things 4 I'll have to watch, but I'm not expecting good things. Are you done with the show?
I'll watch it when it comes out.
Okay, so you and I are on the same page as that. I know you'll watch it.
Yeah.
You'll watch it for your daughter. She likes it because of 11, though, right? I mean, it's centered around a girl, so it makes sense. Makes sense. No, I would have been. Yeah, like I said, I would have enjoyed it too. But I just don't know. I don't know that. But see, that Halo threw me off. So, and we're going to talk about the other thing right now, as of this video. I mean, this podcast. Peacemaker hasn't ended. How many episodes is it supposed to go?
It goes through February, like the last week of February.
Okay, so we'll give it a few more, and then we'll do probably one on Peacemaker too. But we're both watching it. Obvious.
So, right as of right now, recommend.
Oh yeah, you should sit down and watch it with your whole family. Your whole family, like your grandmother, your little kids.
The thing is, you bring this up now, and I have to drive home and explain to my son why.
We're being joking. You were never watching that one, but I will say this: it's great. It's great. And I'm assuming Will is watching it too.
I told him, but I don't know if he started. No, he hadn't seen the newest Suicide Squad.
Oh, that's what? That's the best DC movie.
Well, and this is the best DC show.
Yeah, well, again, not saying much. If they filmed a dead squirrel for an hour and a half, it'd be better than any DC movie that's out there. Have you enjoyed any DC movie?
I kind of forget what happens in them.
There you go. What was the best movie you saw last year in theaters?
I don't remember.
It was probably the one movie you saw in theaters, right?
Oh, Spider-Man?
Oh, yeah, Spider-Man's great.
It was great.
McGuire.
Yeah. Tobey Maguire?
I like Tobey Maguire.
He's your best?
Yeah, he's the best one.
Okay. All right. No, it was good. I agree. It was the best movie I saw in theaters. But now I'm wondering, can MCU live up to the Spider-Man movie? Because Spider-Man movie raised the bar.
So you're more of a Sony fan?
Well, I mean, come on. That movie justified all three Spider-Man. It was great. That's how you do a crossover. Now, Marvel, when they bring in, hi, I'm here just to help the superhero just for a few scenes. That's not going to be enough now. You got to make this story count.
We'll see.
Anyway, all right. Well, thanks for joining, Brody. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Bruce, don't bring him back. All right. We'll see you next time on Princes of the Universe.